Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sideline, Doris Burke. We'll see the Indiana Pacers defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad. They were blanked in this matchup a season ago. No wins in 3 tries. They'll try to improve on that dismal record here. So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the small forward. Lowry drives in. And a wide open look for Valanciunas. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Clark, one thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
DeRozan dishes to Patterson. Back to DeRozan. 4 on the clock. That's good from Lowry on the assist from DeRozan. Lowry's got his first 3 points of the game. George with the ball. It's back to Hill. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And talking about Lowry, going to Toronto was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into a system and save the wrath for his opponent.
Here's DeRozan. Paul George making his last shot. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Toronto shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And for Lowry, he's been on fire the past couple of seasons. He's shown toughness, leadership, and the instinct to make winning plays on the court at both ends.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
He feeds it to DeRozan. And the rejection by Mahimi. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
George with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Unloads. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
George with the screen on Lowry. And George, here we go. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. Here's Ellis. Pass to Turner. Indiana moving it around. Just 3 to shoot. And it's George again missing.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
And it's DeRozan missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Hill has the open look. And the Pacers can't get it to go. For three. And it's DeRozan missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice, unflappable demeanor, too.
Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance, his attitude. He doesn't yell or pump his fist. He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the weight room, which he will, now that he's in his mid-20s, I think he's going to be an Adonis. I mean, exactly the kind of physique you're looking for in a prototype at the small forward.
Carroll kicks to Lowry. There's the pass to Valanciunas. It's stolen by Mahinmi. And there's Paul George on the assist by Hill. 8 points for Paul George.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Hill after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Hill with it. Lowry picks him up. Ellis wide open. Offline with his three. It's DeRozan with the drive. The rebound by Turner.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
Lowry has the open look. No good on the three. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And George with the stuff.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark, that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt. There are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
Oh, wow.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Indiana leading by 5. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Payton drives in. And the foul goes against Toronto.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Puts it up off the inbound. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. He's really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Screen by Scola. Barea with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. Scola passes to Barea. It's stolen by Allen. And it's Miles with the jam.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Stolen by Allen. Payton outside. There's 47 seconds left from the first quarter of the game. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Toronto called for the foul.
At the line for 2.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
Payton drives in. This one for three. And Rodney Stuckey the bucket on the assist by Allen. 8 points for Rodney Stuckey.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And here is Payton. And here's Miles outside. He got it!
Wow.
He caught it!
My goodness.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Indiana out in front, up by 15. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Pacers.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Turner is out there with Hill. Then there's Roberson. Then there's Hill. And it's Miles in the 3 slot. That's the Pacers 5. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass. Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question. On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
And here's Miles outside. The shot is off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Some changes for Indiana. Mahimi comes in for Jordan Hill. And George is subbed in for C.J. Miles. And DeRozan. Here we go. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's George. Soft touch off the glass. George has got 14 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Toronto calls timeout.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Hill. And Toronto also making a switch. Damari Carroll's checked in for Powell. Raptors trail by 16. Now the dish to Valanciunas. Paul George with the steal. Inside. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists in the game.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. And again, Toronto no luck.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Patterson, that's good.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now, here is George. 19 points in the game. Back to Ellis. 17-foot shot on the way. Again, Indiana.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
There's the lob to the hoop. Deflects the pass. Turner with the steal. Nobody near George. No good from outside. Toronto's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And it's DeRozan missing.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And he gets it to go.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Down low. Here's Lowry. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Lowry's got 10.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
The drive by Ellis. George dishes to Ellis. Here's Roberson. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Roberson's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Pacers.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. And not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just Rick expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Well, you know, we're far enough away from the 2013 draft where we can start to get a feel for just how strong it was. I mean, initial feeling was it was a weak draft, but there have been some gems coming out of it of late.
Indiana making some changes. Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Allen comes in for Turner. And it's Hill in for Roberson. A new group in now for the Raptors. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Joseph, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Barea subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And for the 2013 draft class, not sure if there are going to be a lot of all-stars from that class, but there are quite a bit of rotational players that are effective.
And Kevin, listen, there's still a chance to see a couple of all-stars emerge from the class, as there are some elite talents that just need time to grow. And overall, there weren't too many complete misses. Almost every lottery pick is a rotation player at this point.
Toronto calls timeout. Paul George really making a difference here.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And Indiana making a change here. Stuckey's checked in. Barea, the pass to Joseph. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. And that's now 8 points for Joseph. Hill kicks to George. Allen, a screen on Carroll. George dishes to Allen. Indiana moving it around. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Carroll. Ball going up court. Ball's knocked loose. It's George on the wing. Allen outside. Back to George. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
2.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Took him no time at all on that one. Last outing for Toronto, unsuccessful. It was a loss to the Suns. Stuckey drives inside. No good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance. And Carroll gets it to go.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Knocked away. Now here's Joseph. Guarded closely. Pacers leading by 20. On the wing, George. Carroll covering.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Pacers have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He's got 24 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender, because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
Stuckey kicks to George. And stolen by Stola. Here's Joseph. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, the defense not doing a good job at all of getting after him. They've got to crowd him and make it tough for him. That's his 2nd this quarter. Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
And that one misses. The Pacers making a switch here.
At the line for your Pacers.
And he's good on the 2nd. Seven seconds left in the first half. To the middle. Paul George with the steal. Here's Payton. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Pacers lead by 20. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could, and boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir. He has had too many uncontested runs to the hoop, but even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Indiana. Raptors trail by 21. Left side, DeRozan. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Indiana's gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Hill with it. Lowry picks him up. Hill kicks to Miles. From the arc. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And the foul on Monte Ellis. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
And DeRozan, here we go.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
CJ Miles, 2.
Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too.
Yeah.
But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the 2. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
DeRozan again, Ellis. He kicks to Miles. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got assist number 8 here in this one already.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
Toronto calls timeout.
You know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014, was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
The Pacers making a switch here. George is checked in. Raptors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. It's stolen by Hill. Turner passes to George. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And guys, got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Hill against Lowry. The feed to George. And that one is hammered home.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of it.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
Looking at the game for DeRozan, he has 9 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Pacers leading by 23. From deep, George. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
And how about the job he's done at the free throw line?
Been tremendous, Greg. I mean, both in terms of getting to the stripe and then knocking him down once he's there. And, you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season.
That's good.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
On the wing, Turner. Looking for George. He gets it there. And he bangs it home with one hand.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
On the wing, DeRozan. He's guarded by Ellis. DeRozan's shot is good. DeRozan's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Feeds to Carroll. DeRozan against Ellis. Clock at 4. And Patterson kicks to DeRozan. Stolen by Ellis. Inside. Here's Hill. Rebound by the Raptors. 4-on-3 break. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten down in transition.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Payton. And he's good on the 3-ball.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
A nice shot by Barea.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Payton, but he came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in his career.
That's tipped. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Joseph, he's checked in for Toronto. Here's Scola. Outside for Barea. Another miss by Barea.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And here we go. Fast break. Barea's got it. Another miss by Barea. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
And guys, for Payton, so many were talking him up as the best point guard of the class early. But it's never easy to adjust to the NBA speed, and it just took him a little bit of time.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Indiana. Dishes it to Allen. Hill drives in. Robertson can't hit.
And, guys, I think the next big step for Elfrid Payton is going to be getting his shot right. I mean, he has the tools to be an impact guard, but it's hard to create when you can't keep teams honest from deep.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to Denver. Pass to Powell. Passes it to Joseph. Tries to snap the cold streak. The Pacers pull it in. Hill's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Stolen by Joseph. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Pacers running away with this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Robinson is out there with Lavoy Allen. Then there's Elfrid Payton. Then there's Hill. And it's Roberson in the 2 spot. That's the Pacers' 5. And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Toronto. Here's Robinson. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Robinson's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Indiana. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And the Raptors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And it's Granger penetrating. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Allen.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Toronto's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And he gets it to go.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
On the wing, Granger. Kicks to Joseph. Here's Powell. 5 on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight. Up the floor. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Lavoy Allen. Paul George comes in for Glenn Robinson III. Ellis, he's checked in for Roberson. And it's Hill in for Payton. Mahimi's checked in for Jordan Hill.
You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted and ultimately now has achieved.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Well, they're still early in the quarter, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Here's George. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. George has got 38 points.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Knocked away. Mahimi passes to George. Kicks it out to Ellis. Wide open. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two.